Hello, also welcome to yet another video by Team Prep B under the series Form Filling Pandas. In this particular video, we will be talking about what are the questions that are given in I am Bangalore form and how should we tackle those questions. So, first thing first, let me discuss about what are the steps to be followed once and when any form comes up. So, if there are any questions, then the Prep B team will provide a guide video to answer those questions. This is your step one. Now to step two, follow those instructions, write your answers and get them reviewed by your mentor. So people who are already enrolled in Prep B, you are obviously having your personal mentors, your group mentors. They will help you, they will guide you, and post you are done the review part from the level one, that is a personal and group mentor. You can also go to level two review, at which you can get a second opinion and a outsider's perspective to your answer just to get a double check on whatever you are submitting for your college forms. Post that, for most of the colleges, we also come out with a video under the series Charcha B School in which we discuss about extra insights pertaining to a particular B school, which is related to the curriculum, which is related to what the B school stands for, etc., etc. So if you feel you find something relevant and that can be mentioned in your SOP or any other answer for that matter, definitely use that information and plug in your answer. Something very exclusive to Prep B community, that we will be creating an additional support group for the B school, but there expect only the guidance part, insights, and the support, and not reviews. So that particular group will not be there for reviews because you already have your mentors and a level two reviewship. But this particular group will definitely help you in the sense this will be a close knit community, a exclusive group for you in which uh, people from XYZ college will be there, and you, if you got call from that XYZ college, you will be added to that group and you can interact with people from that particular college, get insight, have their feedback along different lines, right? So it is a very good thing and it helps you in a lot of sense to make your answer more personalized. You need certain insights, so you can have those insights from that group. All right. So going ahead, let me discuss about what is the question that is there in I am Bangalore's form. So there is only one question, and that is a SOP, right? So when I talk about this particular question, prepare a short essay of 600 words on you yourself in the space provided below. You may wish to talk about your background, significant events, accomplishments, experience at your workplace, extracurricular activities, relationship with friends and families, career plans, and how the postgraduate program in management from IIM Bangalore fits into your dream and ambition. Please make sure your essay forms a coherent whole. So, because I am Bangalore has asked a lot of things, and to be honest, they have literally mentioned each and everything that can possibly be used while writing an SOP, right? But towards the end, they have made it very clear we don't want random stuff to be a part of your SOP. We want to make sure that whatever we see in terms of your SOP should come as a coherent whole, right? So what I'm Bangalore wants in their SOPs, or the one thing that they are definitely looking for is, can you tell a coherent, honest story of your life and career direction, right? So going ahead, let me first discuss about what are certain mandatory aspects to touch upon. First is the education part, right? So just yes. So first is the education part. So in education, it is not mandatory to mention each and everything around your education, but if you have had certain impactful experiences in your education, or for example, certain spikes in your education, you have been awarded for any achievements of you have got certain merit-based awards, scholarship, etc., etc. Something that has had impact in your life, something that can showcase anything related to you as a student, because it is about education, please try to highlight that thing. Second thing is significant events and accomplishments. So this can include anything that you feel is very significant in your life. It can come from your personal experiences, it can come from your experiences while volunteering for an NGO, for example, or you being part of a club or a committee, your extracurricular, your position of responsibilities. anything and everything that you feel can create impact while you are discussing it with the panelists, you can definitely mention it over here. And also, it fits in a coherent story. It is not something random. If it makes impact, but it is something random, then I would say please don't mention it over here. If you can fit it in the storyline, if you can align with in the story as a whole, then only please mention it. Then talk about your work experiences, internships, and life projects. This particular part will take care of your practical exposure, right? Your education and everything is somewhat theoretical in sense. But when you talk about your work experiences, when you talk about your life projects, when you talk about your internships, these are something where we can discuss about our practical exposure and application based learning, right? So whenever you mention anything of this sort, kindly don't just leave it at the point where you have explained what you were doing, but also talk about what impact that particular thing had over you and what were your learnings, right? So basically, you can use a star approach for this. In a situation, you can in situation and task. Basically, you can mention your roles, your responsibility. For example, I was working in this particular company as an associate manager. My daily tasks look like this, and then you can talk about the actions that you took for a particular task and what were the results that you. So you can use a star approach. This is a very basic approach, and there are a lot of approaches that you can use. Just make sure that it is coherent, it is structurized, and towards end, please mention your learnings. That is the most important part. Don't mention anything that does not showcases anything about your learnings, any impact in your life, right? Don't mention anything if it does not lies in the category of impact creation, right? Then you can talk about your extracurriculars if relevant. And this goes for all the pointers. If you feel they are relevant, then only mention them. Then fifth part is very important, and it will be a most important thing while we talk about a coherent story, because this will show your future aspirations, right? So mention about your short term and long term career plan. You can sort of leave the long term plan if you want to, or you don't focus a lot on your long term plan, but definitely you should think around what is your short term plan, what do you expect out of your MBA once you are done with it, right? And as I've also mentioned in some of my past videos, that your short term goal is basically divided into two parts. First is your 2 years of MBA, and second is basically 2 to 3 years of your workings. That is post MBA, right? So this is how you structure your short term goals. So now you at least know that in which direction you have to think for your short term goals. All right. Then sixth part is that fit with I am Bangalore. See, this is something that we have also understood from the people who are studying currently in I am Bangalore, that the professors over there, or in general what they have known is that everyone knows that IIM Bangalore is one of the best B schools in India, right? So panelists are not really interested to know really great and amazing things about IIM Bangalore, but they would want to know how you as an individual can benefit from IIM Bangalore. What exact things that you feel are there in IIM Bangalore, and or IIM Bangalore provides to you, that can sort of firstly help you achieve your short term and long term goal, and secondly it benefit you at an individual level. So right, so here also what we have to focus is on the impact creation in terms of achieving what we want from our life, and not just talking that it is one of the best B school, it can provide me with a lot of exposure, etc. This is something that all the professors know, everyone for that matter knows, right? So no one wants to hear a marketing or a branding pitch around I am Bangalore. That is very much known by all of the people sitting, right? All right. So going ahead, now let us also discuss what not to do. See, this is something that is very common, that a lot of people start their SOP with a quote, right, or a philosophical line. See, if you really don't abide by that particular quote, if your life really does not revolves around that particular quote, and you are just mentioning a quote just for the sake of it, please leave it, right? Because that won't be reflecting in rest of your answer, and it will clearly showcase that you have mentioned a quote just for the sake of doing it, and it does not align with what you have done in your life till now, right? So please don't do all of these things. Then second part is don't do resume dumping, right? They have clearly mentioned they want a coherent story and everything that sort of creates impact in your life. Whatever you mention should have at least a bit of impact in your life, right? So it should not be a resume dumping that you have picked up events from your resume and you have just mentioned it in your SOP, right? Third thing is no generic praise of I am Bangalore, as I have already mentioned this in the point six, right? And no disconnected paragraphs. This is something that they have clearly mentioned. This is something that is mentioned on the screen also, that everything must connect logically. So no disconnected paragraphs. If you feel that there is not a natural flow of events that I can showcase, then either you have to select a better chronology to showcase those events, or a better strategy to probably showcase those events, so that you can create impact by telling those events, and also make sure that it flows in a coherent story, right? And it is not just a disconnected set of paragraph that is coming into play. So now let me talk about the right flow, or one of the suggested flows. Obviously, if you have something in your mind, you can that as use that as well. But this is one of the suggestive flows from our side that you can use. You can firstly talk about your formative years. In formative years, as it was mentioned, you can talk about your uh, friends and family, right? Now, who should mention about their friends and family? See, if you are coming from an army background, just an example, if you are coming from an army background, you would have shifted a lot of locations as your hometown, right? So that would have given you a lot of exposure in that sense. If you are coming from a background, a business background, and that has given you sort of a business exposure, a business acumen development. So if it aligns with your answer in certain sense. No, if it showcases how all of these things transformed you as a person, then only talk about your friends and family. If it is not there, then there is no need to mention by randomly stating something about your friends and family. Same goes for your education also. If you can highlight something good, something impactful, and something transformational for you from your undergrad, from your education, then you should mention it, right? Or if you can't think of something in that sort, then you can probably think of anything as a co-curricular or a extracurricular that you did while you're schooling or your undergrad, that can highlight any transformation in you. For example, if I'm mentioning about my UG in XYZ domain and I was part of a club, so, along with my undergrad in XYZ domain, I would also mention about that club, what was my role and responsibility in that club, and most importantly, my learning, because this will showcase how it has transformed me as a person, right? So, first part would revolve around your formative years, that is basically your past driven by impacts. This is how you will talk about all the formative years. Then you can talk about your graduation, right? In graduation, there could be a lot of things. If you were academic academic scholar, you can talk about that. You have done life projects, internships, talk about that. Your final year project too, you can talk about that. Then you can talk about as already discussed, your extra and co-curriculars. You can talk about what were your major learnings, right? Please talk about your major learnings from your graduation. So when you talk about your graduation, and this is very important for people who are fresher, because you are not having work experience, so this part obviously cuts out for you. So then you have to focus a lot on your graduation, and please make sure that you showcase yourself as a person who has evolved out of your graduation degree, who has transformed yourself or oneself from that particular graduation degree by diverse set of experiences, right? So this is something you should focus upon. This is something we talked to at least 4 or 5 people from I am Bangalore, and everyone was on same consensus that mention anything and everything that can create impact. And that is why I am repeating this back to back again, that impact is the most important part in your answer. Everything and anything should drive some impact in your life and should transform you as a person, should sort of showcase some personality traits in you. All right. Then, obviously, if you are a person having work experience, you can talk about your work experience by using a STAR-L approach, where this is the most important part. Mention about your learnings, etc., etc., etc. And by collecting the one and the two and the three, you can now come to your YMB, right? And if you are still stuck on how should I answer YMBA, or what should be the right strategy to answer YMBA. I can write all of these things that are discussed till now, but still YMBA is something I'm still figuring out. So I have already made a detailed video on same channel about how you should go around answering YMBA. Please watch that video. That particular video definitely gives you a very good chronological mental mapping in terms of how your YMBA should be structured, right? So you can just go and watch that video. After getting insights, you can plug that answer into this particular SOP of yours, by where you have already covered the 1, 2, and 3. Then you talk about your YMBA, and then align it with your short term and long term goal. So this is a flow that you can use. The only thing I would say, that please don't do CV dumping. Don't make it a paragraph full of information with no impact creation, with no highlighting your personality, with no showcasing what learnings you had out of your experiences, right? So keep it a mix where you are also showcasing a lot about yourselves by presenting a lot of information about you, around different experiences and exposures you had, but also at the same time try to highlight the impacts and the learning. This is all I would want to say for the I am Bangalore form. Now, because there was only one question, so I would want to finish my video over here. Thank you for listening till now. If you would want to get to know about what should be mentioned for in the forms of other V school that would be coming out in upcoming days, please subscribe to this particular channel, so that whenever any new video under the form filling fundas comes up, you can watch that video and you are notified related to same. Towards the end, I would just say, may you convert your best B school this year. May you get your dream B school, and all the best for all the processes lined up ahead.